What's up, my friends? Urban Mask back again in mixed reality, talking to you live from mixed reality. I am just coming back from a full day of World's Fair Nano in San Francisco, so I'm super juiced to kind of show you some of the things that were playing in the background while you're walking the arena. So World's Fair Nano took place this year in San Francisco at Pier 48, 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. And the theme of World's Fair, you could pretty much tell, was virtual, augmented, mixed reality, because almost every booth had some aspect of this. You should be able to see some of it over my shoulder in the slideshow. And I got a little video I cut together to give you an idea of what it was like to be there in person. There was 2 days. I only was able to go Sunday due to, having to have a real life and not exist in VR. But still, you got a really good vibe and sense of what people were trying to do with VR. There was a lot of exploratory test applications and environments. And even when things like, medical applications or mobile games or a pet animal Skype sort of app was existing, even though it didn't really apply to VR. They had VR at the booth because it was kind of like a marketing tool, right? It drew people into your booth. Come interact with me so I can tell you about this thing that has nothing to do with VR. So it was really interesting to see how people chose to use it. But one other thing I did notice was that most of the setups in the booths as well were using my mobile laptop rig. It was an MSI gaming VR ready laptop, and almost all of the booths had them. I don't know if those were the stock ones given out by the booth. I doubt it. I think that's what the developers brought in to demo their apps in. But it was just kind of something I just noticed in the back of my head. And it gave me confidence that I was on the right track with what I was doing for my personal use of VR. But there were speakers, there were demos, there was a lot of hands-on. There were food, healthy lifestyle sort of things at World's Fair. There was quality of life things. There were creator talks and speaker sessions from co-founders of SETI. People talking about memory and how basically you can use AI to supplement your memory. Humans are kind of reaching capacity, so AI kind of help. Anyway, I didn't really stay for that talk, so I don't want to talk about it. I'll link you to the actual website and all the discussions below, so you can get a true sense of what was going on. But it just really made me feel good to go and support what was happening local to me. Now, was it as big as the normal World's Fair? No, but it definitely if you're a creative-minded person or a maker, it gets your juices flowing to what you might be able to do. And if you have one that comes to your area, your neighborhood, I strongly suggest that you buy the ticket and support it, because you're going to want it to come back next year and the year after that and the year after that as it grows. So if this is something you're into and you think that it might not be mature enough yet, I encourage you to still go and network with people and see what people in your area are making and building. A lot of people were there selling goods. There was one wheel with the hoverboard kind of automated full charge skateboard. There were like 3 different board companies there, and they had like a little pen that you could demo the thing in as well. Like, they gave you helmets, they made you sign a waiver in case you broke your arm, you wouldn't sue them. But you got to try these hoverboards out. There was also like a synchronized VR theater, so that people could experience the same thing. And, it's just kind of boilerplate VR experience stuff in the gear. There were arcade games, 4-player multiplayer games, but one game called HoloLens or something. Not HoloLens, that's a product, but it was like Hologram, where it was like a 4-person cooperative game, but they were basically tethered to one location. They couldn't really move. On the other end, in the back of World's Fair Nano, there was like a free-flowing arcade, 4-person arcade, where the people can watch what you were doing on screen. You know, you're trying to like capture these blocks as they appear, but then, you know, you have this pen where the people in VR were interacting with each other. And that was the first time I had seen that, right? Because you figure people with VRs on, they're going to trip over each other, they're going to be running into each other, but that wasn't the case. You know, they clearly knew where they were while they were wearing this, and I thought that was insanely cool. Yeah, the porta potties situation, I was kind of like worried a little bit because I did have to go. I didn't have to go number 2, but I was worried that like at a tech show, the porta potties are going to be nasty and it's going to be unhygienic. It was actually pretty cool. It was, you know, not sickly, and I went twice. So, good job, World's Fair Nano, on the hygiene front. They did serve alcohol, which is kind of cool because Lagunitas also had sort of like an interactive little brew booth sort of thing where they had their brews, you know, the ale and the something sugar or whatever the heck they have. But then they had like a vinyl station sit down and like where you could vape the hops, right? You can, I really love the smell of hops, so that was kind of cool. Like you could vape the hops, which I don't know how I feel about, but it was definitely, it was an experience, and that's what you should go for. You should see what people are able to do with the tech and what people are thinking about doing, and just to see where it goes. For instance, there was an art gallery called iJack. If you don't know what it is, you should go download them, look them up online. I will put all the information and all the links in the description of this video so that you don't miss out. But iJack is an augmented reality booklet sort of medium where you have your cell phone and you run over a picture, and then the picture starts animating through the app. The picture doesn't move in and of itself, but you have to download the application on your phone to get the picture to move. Anyway, I'm talking super fast. I'm just jazzed about how cool it was, and I'm gonna let the video I made speak for itself. And yeah, just, you know, make sure you check the description for the links to some of the videos and also some of the companies that I ran into. But yeah, if this comes to you, I strongly encourage you to check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you next time. Bye.